And then also the city manager touched on the homeless outreach team. In addition to that, we've seen a lot of families and individuals struggling with housing stability and homelessness. And in addition to the homeless outreach team, we also added a full-time position here at City Hall to assist with homeless outreach coordination. The city has never had a position 100% dedicated to issues related to homelessness. And so again, my hope is that people recognize that this is a priority, and we're investing in the resources needed to help move forward and reach some of our goals and outcomes, and obviously in partnership with a lot of community organizations. But you're seeing the city step up in ways that I believe we've never done before on a whole host of issues, but especially on issues related to homelessness.
Could you talk a little bit about what it looks like, that new position that the city has created for outreach to the homeless?
Yeah, City Manager, you want to talk about that?
Sure. We have a position in our community development department that will be working internally with all of the departments that are involved in the homeless outreach response, whether it's public safety departments or parks department, because what we've seen is that part of the places where some of our homeless residents tend to frequent are in our park system, as well as coordinating with our public works departments and other mobile GR, because we have issues around transit and homelessness. And so there's an internal coordination. So we're speaking as one city, one voice, but there's also external coordination. We were doing a good job before, but what we found is that the need is even greater now for a person to constantly 24/7, 365, that's the only thing they're doing is thinking about how to work with community partners, community stakeholders, as well as our partners at the county to make sure that we can have a plan and as well as execute the plan that will help us to eradicate homelessness. And we partnered with community rebuilders, for example, and since that position started, we've rehoused at least 12 homeless persons in transitional housing. And certainly we're continuing to partner with the shelters. And we're working right now, just like we're trying to winterize the social zones that we have in our community about how, allow people to have pleasant experience in the winter. We're also looking at how do we create more shelter space for the homeless population, particularly when we're having a social distance even more, and that having less density inside the shelters creates a demand for more space. And so the city has remobilized our resources. Some of it we got through CARES and state funding, but we are also looking at, you'll be hearing shortly of an agreement that we're working on, partnering with our stakeholders, community stakeholders in the county, and finding more shelter space. And so that position has been very vital to that. And that's all they do 24/7, 365.